Crazies. You're in the lab. Lee here, man. Y'all saw that title too as well. We're talking about 8 new Mandela Effects to blow your mind, to boggle your reality, make you question everything you've ever learned in your entire life. With that said, with these 8 Mandela Effects, please remember that some of these Mandela Effects might not be new to you. They will be new to somebody else, so please respect that. Also, with that said, man, y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me your comments down below so we can screw up this algorithm that's called YouTube. Other than ado, let's get going. 8 new Mandela Effects to blow your mind. Number 8 for today, we're going to start off with the World War II battleships. Yes, I have sunk in your battleships, but we're talking about World War II and the designs on the warships. Now, as you see this warship right here, it looks regular and distant, something like I remember, a regular looking warship. But what if I told you that the warships were never like that? They were colored. They were bedazzled, dazzled, drazzled with these war paint on it so they could be camouflaged within the fight, camouflaged in the ocean so they wouldn't be seen and everything. I went through this. There's so many pictures of fucking stripes and different colors of these damn things, and I never remember these battleships being kind of bedazzled, striped out like that to be disguised. It's so odd, it's so weird. It feels like it'd be a waste of freaking paint at that time. Like, oh, we gotta paint these warships so they can't see us in the ocean. But what do you remember? Do you always remember these battleships in World War II being painted and camouflaged like that? Or do you remember it like I remember it? Don't remember those battleships never ever being painted. It's just going to be that great classic Daredevil stunt devil ride, and you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Evel Knievel. And how do you spell evil? Well, as you see it right here, right there, that is always the original way you spelled evil. Yes, E-V-E-L. So weird to me, so weird to the world, and I remember it being spelled like evil, like Evel Knievel. That was how it was. And I'm not the only one. There's some newspaper clippings going right there showing you evil the way it is spelled, E-V-I-L. But what do you remember? Do you remember Evel Knievel being regular evil, like E-V-E-L? Or do you remember it like you just saw it, E-V-I-L? Number 6 on this list, we're going to Back to the Future, the original one, number 1, and we're going to the diner scene in 1955 where he meets his father, and when Biff comes in and he does this.
Got my homework finished, McFly?
Well, actually, I figured since it wasn't due till Monday.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly, think. I gotta have time.
Hello, is anybody home? Think, McFly. That is not how I originally remember it. Yes, a little bit of all that is, but I remember it being, hello, McFly, hello, is anybody home? Think, McFly, think. That is how I remember it. But I'm not the only one, because there is a meme with that too, being said there. Hello, McFly. And then you see what it is now. Hello, hello, is anybody home? Think, McFly. This is odd because I remember it always being, hello, McFly, hello, hello, is anybody home? But how do you remember it? Do you remember the original way it has been always? Hello, hello, is anybody home? Or do you remember it like I kind of remember it, like this meme says it? Hello, McFly, hello, is anybody home? Number 5, we're going to be talking about that classic action movie, underrated action movie with Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone, and Demolition Man. Yes, Demolition Man, that great classic old freaking movie that I enjoyed that movie. But the Mandela Effect is this one is, remember the place where they had to go eat? It was the only surviving restaurant to survive the restaurant wars. Do you remember what that was? Well, take a look.
I realized that Pizza Hut was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
So?
So, now all restaurants are Pizza Hut.
No way.
That's right. You saw Pizza Hut. Yes, Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. Now, in my reality, many realities, it was never Pizza Hut. It was Taco Bell. He was invited to Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the one that won the restaurant war, so they named everything Taco Bell.
Tone is quasi-facetious, but you do not realize that Taco Bell was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
So?
So, now all restaurants are Taco Bell.
No way.
But with this Mandela effect, there is another side of this Mandela effect. Some people say it is two different versions of this movie. One was made for the US, one was made for the European section. Now when I saw this movie in Europe. I lived in Italy to be precise, and I remember renting this movie and I remember it being Taco Bell as well. But in the European movie, apparently they used Pizza Hut. Yep. Weird. I don't know what to think about this, but in my reality, they always went to Taco Bell. But what do you remember? Do you remember them going to Taco Bell? Do you remember them going to Pizza Hut? Or do you remember both? Number 4, it is the fan vote one. Yes, the one we did a vote on it a couple days ago, and I'm talking about that classic actor from Not Home Alone. I'm talking about Macaulay Culkin. Yes, Macaulay Culkin. Yes, that wonderful, nice little girl. And his spelling of his name. Now we did the survey. That survey came out wonderful. Loved it. Great. And everybody remembers, most people remember the 1C being in his name. But then the other majority of it remembers 2 C's in his name. Now in my reality, I do remember the 2 C's in his name, in Macaulay Culkin. And unfortunately, it is not that right now. It never has been. It's always been with 1 C in it. Yes. And it blows my mind. But here is a little bit of proof and evidence of it being Macaulay Culkin with the 2 C's in Macaulay.
I really spun it too much, so I'm just gonna beep.
You have to hold your face in the Macaulay Culkin pose until the next turn.
I'm Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2.
You have to hold your face in the Macaulay Culkin pose until the next turn.
I'm Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2.
Big shout out to the Try channel. I was watching their videos. I saw this. This is what actually brought this up. That and Super 2 as well. And that's how I remember it, with 2 C's, being 2 C's in it. But tell me how you remember it. Do you remember Macaulay Culkin always having 1 C in it? Or do you remember it like I remember it? Apparently Try TV and the subtitles remember it with the 2 C's. Number 3, we're jumping back to the future, but we're going to the past, and we're going to freaking 1883 in the Wild West, and Back to the Future 3, and the scene where he's shooting the gun. He's doing the shooting range, a little shooting thing at the dance. Now, in my reality, I always remember him shooting the ducks or the pigeons going across and then shooting the one guy. Well, it's not that way, and it never has been. Take a look.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was just guys. He just shot the guys, and it was all through the heart. And if you didn't notice that little Mandela effect, notice that the heart was on the left side too, as well. But I remember there being ducks. I remember him shooting the ducks or the pigeons or the swans or going across, and then the last guy he shoots. And it boggles me. It blows my mind because I just don't remember all those guys popping up like that. And I think I have a little bit of evidence of the ducks in that. Here's a scene from actually Back to the Future 3 that was on the computer system. Check it out. Even there, you see the ducks and the little pigeons trying to shoot, and you see the guys too as well. But that's how I remember it. That's how I remember it in a sense. But how do you remember that scene? Do you always remember that scene the way it is now with him just shooting the guys? Or do you remember it like I remember it, and many of us remember it like the video game remember it, having the ducks and the swan go by and he had to shoot those? Been around the world and and I can't find my baby. Got number 2 for you. Yes, number 2 is actually going to be Around the World in 80 Days. Yes, Around the World in 80 Days in the once famous ways they did it. And what if I told you that the cover is misleading to the book? Yes, you heard me right. What you see on the cover, you see basically almost all the vehicles, or you just see the hot air balloon itself. Well, guess what? They never ever sailed in a hot air balloon to go around the world. Yes, it was mentioned, but they never ever took a hot air balloon to sail around the world. But if that is the case, and that's the fact, then why is it all around the illustrations? Let alone, why is it in this little clip of the movie of a trip around the world in 80 days, and it has a hot air balloon. They're in a hot air balloon. It is so weird. Even if you look it up, it even says there is no hot air balloon in the story as well. This one blows my mind because they sailed around the world in a hot air balloon in my reality. But what in your reality was it? Did they sail around in a hot air balloon? Or did they always never take that hot air balloon? Number one is going to be that classic Oliver Twist story, and the moment where they're sitting at the trial hall and they're eating their porridge or soup or whatever they're eating, and he walks up to him and says, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" Well, guess again.
Please, sir, I want some more. What? Please, sir, I want some. Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Please, sir, I want some more. Whoa, 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 whoa. I want some more? You are telling me that we've been saying this all wrong all of our whole lives after seeing this? Please, sir, I want some more. I mean, it just sounds rude and kind of forcing for that kind of time in a movie, especially with all the orphans in there. And he was asking politely, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" because he knew what was going to happen. But if you can't take my word for it, take a word list.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
What? You want some more?
The classic television show author, and you hear him say, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" But he says, "May I have some more?" But how do you remember Oliver Twist? Do you always remember Oliver Twist saying, "Please, sir, I want some more"? Or do you remember it like I remember it? "Please, sir, may I have some more?" Can't complain. 8 more Mandela Effects will blow your mind and get you boggled about this reality. Always enjoy doing them. Big thank you for all you out there to showing the love and support within that too, man. Y'all remember to show that love on that hit button, that subscription button, the comment button, and as well as keep your mind open because those eyes will see everything in front of you. Y'all stay crazy.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.